top stories for the hour. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed said macroeconomic reform is tailored to the Ethiopian context. And U.S. ambassador to Ethiopia says U.S. is keen to support Ethiopia's homegrown economic reform. Hello and a very well welcome to ABC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism with the news. I'm Tegesser Nisa. Do stay with us. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed stated that Ethiopian macroeconomic reform is tailored to Ethiopian realities with lessons drawn from other countries that have turned around their economies. The Prime Minister stated that the driving force for the economic reform was local context. The government has held extensive consultations with domestic and international stakeholders to address the problems facing the economy. In his latest interview with EBC, Abiy said experiences were also drawn from countries which encountered economic challenges but turned around their economies through reform. Prime Minister Abiy noted that Ethiopia's homegrown economic reform was launched based on insights and ideas generated from discussions. He added that the economy has registered visible changes due to the macroeconomic reform. The view of Ethiopia's homegrown economic reform does not mean that we do not learn from others or we are closed, Prime Minister Abiy emphasized. He also dismissed the claim that the homegrown economic reform is taken entirely from outside. Meanwhile, Finance Minister Ahmed Shide stated that Ethiopia's inclusive macroeconomic reforms yielding significant outcomes. Speaking on the country's economic performance, he highlighted that the reform package launched at the start of the current fiscal year has brought meaningful progress. Key measures such as adopting a market-based foreign exchange system, new fiscal and monetary policies, and legal reforms have driven export growth, stabilized foreign exchange transactions, and boosted foreign currency earnings. The economy is projected to grow by 8.4% this year. Reforms have also helped raise incomes, reduce inflation, and improve the performance of major state enterprises like Ethiopian Airlines, Ethio Telecom, and the Commercial Bank of Ethiopia. Investment inflow, both domestic and foreign, have increased while subsidies for essential goods continue. Over 60 billion birr has been allocated to the Urban Rural Productive Safety Net program, reaching more than 10 million people. Ahmed Shide reaffirmed the government's commitment to sustaining the momentum of the reform. The United States ambassador to Ethiopia, Irvin Masinga, has reaffirmed his government's steadfast commitment to supporting Ethiopia's ambitious macroeconomic reforms. Talking to Ethiopian news agencies, the ambassador highlighted the trade and investment ties between the two nations. Ethiopia has historically operated under a restrictive economic framework where private sector participation were largely constrained. He commended the Ethiopian government's bold move towards redefining the status quo. The ambassador raised the recent exchange rate reform, noting its pivotal role in propelling Ethiopia's economy going forward.
This government took the bold step of moving ahead, not staying in status quo. And so we commend the government for that effort. There's been a lot of attention paid to the exchange rate reform, which was very important. Let's just be honest and be very clear. Without that change, the opportunities to affect other important, meaningful changes would not have been able to be realized. And the Ethiopian government made that decision. And we applaud them. We applaud them very much. And we see that stability has been brought to the foreign exchange market, something that had not been seen for many, many years. Ethiopia was able to move into a more modern global economic context that's market-oriented, unlike the mindset and the model of previous years and previous decades.
Ambassador Masinga underscored the tremendous opportunity to bolster the export of Ethiopian goods, including coffee, tea, flowers, and mineral resources to the U.S.
To expand on coffee exports to the United States, teff exports to the United States, flour exports around the world, and even to the United States, tea, mining, finance, et cetera, et cetera. This is really important, and I look forward to working with the Ethiopian government and Ethiopian businesses and their counterparts in the United States to expand those opportunities. In recent years, Ethiopian Air has made significant investments in US-made equipment, and we look forward to building upon that going forward. That partnership has many years of history, and we expect many more years of history between US industrial suppliers and service suppliers and Ethiopian Air. But it's not just Ethiopian Air. We know that Ethiopia is moving ahead with a new airport in Bishoftu, and I have a team here working intensively to see what we can do to bring US suppliers and equipment providers to engage in that construction. So we're very active in pursuing those opportunities.
Ethiopia has established the remarkable Adwa Victory Memorial Museum that enables the country to pass on its heritage and history to the generations to come. Slovenian President Nataša Pirc Musar said the president laid a res at the Adwa Victory Memorial Museum and paid a visit. Ethiopia embodies the Adwa victory, a powerful symbol of freedom for Black people worldwide, she noted, adding that Ethiopia's dedication to preserving the stories of significant triumphs such as Adwa is truly commendable and deserves recognition. The president observed that Ethiopia is home to an exceptional museum that highlights its rich historical heritage, making it accessible and engaging for all who visit. Prior to her visit, President Musar also stated that the construction work taking place in the capital are indicators of the country's progress. According to her, the Slovenian Development Fund will be extensively involved in various development activities in Ethiopia. A quick reminder of the top stories once again. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed said macroeconomic reform is tailored to the Ethiopian context. And U.S. Ambassador to Ethiopia says U.S. is keen to support Ethiopia's homegrown economic reform. That's what we had for this news hour. Many thanks for staying with us. Bye-bye.